Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of 10 Shed Shenanigans. My name's Noah, and today we have something very special for everyone involved. I'll show you what it is. So, I was over at my dad's house whenever I was helping him get his old truck running, and the neighbor stopped by and he saw my hat and was like, oh, what's that? And I was like, well, it's my YouTube channel. And he said, oh, okay, what do you do? And I was telling him, gave him a sticker, and he said, oh, cool, you like work on small engines? And I said, well, yes, sir. And he goes, well, hey, I've got 3 generators that I want to get running before hurricane season. Would you be interested? I'll pay you. I was like, well, yeah, I'll take a look at them. So that's what we have today. We have a very old Generac L4000 that as soon as I pulled the cord, it stayed out. So that'll be last. We have another Generac 3300. And if you remember, one of the first videos in the channel was a 3250. And I have a whole bunch of parts that'll actually fit on this thing from that one. So the pull cord being the number one thing, because that's broken. And then we have this Ryobi 6500 watt. And he said it's brand new, it just won't start. And I tried to pull it a few times and it's acting like it's not getting fuel at all. So we're gonna check spark and make sure it's getting fuel and everything like that. But let's get these unloaded off the trailer and get them into the shop that I cleaned yesterday. So I'll see y'all in there. First up to the chopping block is the Ryobi, mainly because it's new and it just won't start, which I have a feeling is because it's not getting gas, because that's off, that's run, this is cold start. So I'm going to put it to run, grab my pliers, and make sure that we have fuel coming out of the tank, because it is full of gas. So just because it's new doesn't mean there wasn't trash in the tank when he bought it, because factories make factories make mistakes. They always do. They always have. No one's perfect. So I put a fuel filter in mine. So pop this off. If it's got fuel coming to it, I'll make sure she's getting spark. Ooh, that looked yummy. Right, that is gas. I have cut on my finger, and I just found it. The fuel line is connected to the carburetor. It is on. Let's do cold start. Okay, so it is trying to start. I need to pop the air cleaner off, and I must spray it with some carb cleaner, because we may have to just pop this carburetor off, because there was some little bit of trash that came out, which is, it is what it is. Okay, so my guess is we'll have to pull the carburetor off to get this one running. But it runs. We now know that it runs, which is brand new, so it should. Wasn't worried about that. I'm gonna pop this carburetor off, make sure there's no junk or trash or anything down the bottom of it. Get everything cleaned up, put it all back together, and then make sure she runs like a top. Well, I got the carburetor off. Very simple. I'll demonstrate how to do it whenever I'm putting it back on. And I got it off, and at first I was like, well, let me see if I'm getting any fuel to the carburetor. And everything looks completely fine. And I went to go blow through the fill, and nothing happened. There's no blockage. So I'm going to pop this bowl off, because I cleaned the shop yesterday. I didn't clean off the workbench. So just don't judge me. I've been trying to redo a bathroom, and it has not been fun. But this is my week of vacation, so I've been trying to get everything I can done around the house. And I'm making a bunch of noise. Okay. Now I have it kind of where y'all can see the workbench. There you go. It's starting to get seasoned for wasps around here. So, you know, if you see something buzz by the camera, it's probably what it was. So, pop this bottom bowl off, and then we will see what treasures await us. I need a 9/16 socket. Do I have one up here? I don't. Okay, let me grab one. It's okay, it's just over here, all the way on the other side of my shop. My very large, expensive, definitely wasn't already on the property shop. Here. Let's see what goodies will wait in the carburetor. Oh, that O-ring's gone. Ah, fuel. Doesn't smell very good. Oh, it doesn't look very good either. In the rag. It smells like old bad gas. And it is quite full. Should have thought this through better. Ooh. Yeah, that would be, oh, the needle and seat is stuck. That smells like old bad gas, and it looks like in the carb bowl. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and we'll try her again. I currently have this thing kind of soaking with some WD-40 in that fuel inlet, because that needle and seat is so stuck that when I went to go remove it, the little brass nib right there broke off. So this carburetor needs a needle and seat. I was able to kind of clean up everything else pretty good. Float bowls are still intact. I'm gonna check through my stuff to see if I've got a needle and seat that'll fit this thing. But I need that to come loose before I can replace it, and it is like jammed in there. So ethanol. Obviously, this thing has had ethanol gas at least once in its life, and it destroyed that carburetor. Or it had some kind of junk in there from the factory. I don't know what happened, but that needle and seat is stuck. So I'm going to move this one out of the way for right now, and I'm going to get the Generac, put a pull cord on it, and see if it'll fire up. Pull cord's on there. It is the exact same as the one that I took off little 3250. It even says the exact same overhead valve 208cc Generac. So that is fantastic, and that is why I keep parts around, because you never know when you need something like that. And it works out for my dad's neighbor, because now he doesn't have to go buy a brand new one. So, bring some brake clean in it. Let's see if she'll do anything. She's not acting like she's got any compression. Let's see if she's getting spark. Let me hook up my little spark checker. If she's not getting spark, I also have a coil that'll fit this thing. So, hey, we're getting spark. Okay. I also have a carburetor that'll fit this thing. I have a lot of parts that'll fit this little motor. I even have a head for this thing, if it's the same head. I'm gonna pop the spark plug out and see if we're getting any kind of compression or anything. Okay, so a little generator, or a little Generac, really, has some compression. It's very weak though, and when you pull it, it sounds like it doesn't have a whole lot of compression. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing up in the air because I have a lift now. Yeah. I'm not gonna get too high and mighty though, you know, just a simple lift, but I'm gonna get this thing up in the air where I can actually work on it. I can pull it, just tell compression is very weak. Like that doesn't, it's not fighting against me like it has any compression. So I'm gonna pop the valve cover off, make sure the valves are moving, everything like that. When I pulled the spark plug out, it had some. So, and if we remember the last Generac video, not the last one, because the last one still runs. If we remember the first Generac video, that didn't work out too well. So I'm gonna get this thing up, and I can kind of show you all my new lift, and then figure out why it's being this way. Anyone who works on anything at home, if especially like lawnmowers and four-wheelers, side-by-sides, if you don't have a lift or a jack or anything, I am going to highly recommend that you go to Harbor Freight. They have two models, two options. They have the Pittsburgh brand, and they have this one, which is, where'd I put the owner's manual? And I can tell you what brand it is. It is Fisher. This is the heavy duty version. It comes with two saddles, so you can pick up a lawnmower like completely off the ground. Two little saddles. It slides onto a bar, and you can pick a lawnmower 2 foot off the ground, which if you're doing like blades or something, 2 foot is a lot. Or in my case, I can sit on a 5-gallon bucket and work on this thing right here. So I am quite excited about this. This was my birthday present from my wife. And we were supposed to go on vacation this week, but we did not because, again, our bathroom. And the money we had saved for vacation, she was like, you've been working, extremely hard on the house. You've been working hard at work. She's like, you need something that you're going to enjoy. So we went to Harbor Freight because I needed some 3-jaw pullers anyway, and she saw this and she said, hey, could you use something like this in your shop? And I was like, well, that's a lot of money. It's $279 before tax. It was not cheap, but it is so worth it to have something like this. And it even comes with a little strap. This is a 750-pound capacity, just as it sits, or a 500-pound capacity with the little saddles on it. Pop this off. Make sure everything looks okie dokie. Now we can check the oil. We got it. Right up like this. Does this thing not have oil on it? Let me grab my light. Now it's got oil. It's just this angle is sitting wonky. I'm gonna spin this, or I'm gonna kind of pull it, make sure my valves are moving and everything. Make sure I don't have a sticky valve somewhere. Nothing crazy. Alright. So everything's moving. And I can smell the exhaust is trying to do something. I know we have spark. It's just got very weak compression, which if it's been sitting for a while, those rings could just be not happy about existence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a strap this thing down, and I'm going to spray her with some carb cleaner. So I actually think to have some starting fluid. Spray some starting fluid because it's a little more volatile, and see if that doesn't pop it off, and see if I can't keep it running just for a little bit, just to kind of get it warm. But Yeah, the needle and seat on that Ryobi was completely stuck. So I got a new carburetor ordered. It's supposed to be for Thursday. Today's Tuesday, by the way. Thursday's my birthday. But trying to get this done because Friday we have to get prepared for my little boy's birthday. Because it's Saturday. We turn the big one. It's crazy that it's already been that long, but yeah, let me get a ratchet strap this thing down. I'm gonna pull on it some to see if I can get her started. All right, I got the little Generac to run. So what was happening is it had spark when I checked it, and then I was like, all right, cool, it's got spark. Everything's working. I had to put a little oil in it. Well, then I pulled and pulled and pulled, about pulled my shoulder off, and it didn't want to do anything. All right. Then I remembered over here is this little safety switch connected to the oil pressure. There's like a little oil pressure sensor in there that if there's not enough oil, which I just got it on the stick, I topped it off. I may have to put a little more in there, but if there's not enough oil, it won't let it start. So I disconnected it. Now, it starts. So I'll clean the carburetor, get your fuel lines on it, make sure it's fully topped off with oil, and then we'll see if she's running on her own. May have to clean out the tank. Let's see. May or may not have to. If I can ever get this little screen out of here. Yeah, it's got some junk in it. We'll probably run some cleaner or something through it, or pop this tank off and try to flush it. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I'll get to work on that. All right, I got the carburetor off. They're apart, at least on the little Generac, and it's pretty dirty in here. So we're gonna clean this up, get her stuck back on, and then we'll clean the fuel tank out, make sure everything's running good, and then this one will be done. We just got to make sure that it's putting out power, and we'll use the little heat lamp that I have to check that. So I'm gonna get to cleaning this thing and put her all back together. Alright, carburetor is now clean. Everything moves like it should. Get this choke lever back on. We will stick this little thing back on and off. And we'll make sure that we reconnect the return spring, which goes around the little throttle rod. Open the throttle, slide that down. I know it's a little difficult for y'all to see, but when it comes to these little small engines, there's really not a good way to bring you in close. So I've been trying to do the best I can. If someone in the comments knows of a better way, please, by all means, let me know. I would actually greatly appreciate that if one of y'all was, you know, a little more well versed in this. I was like, oh yeah, you could do this, this, and this to get a better angle. And just so y'all know, I do read my comments. Actually mentioned that in the snapper video, how someone who was reading through the comments was like, oh yeah, actually that little rubber ring on there is so that way you can put a tire on and it not slip, talking about my little tire changer. I was like, oh. Actually, no. Yeah, that wasn't the snapper video. I talked about it in the snapper video, but that wasn't where I was showing how the little mini tire changer works. So, like, I do read my comments, and I greatly appreciate it. I'll take all the constructive criticism. Now, if you just... No one's done this yet, but I know there are people out there. But if you're just going to say something to be mean, just don't say it. There's no point in all that. There's no point in being hateful. But like I said, no one's done that, so I hope no one does that. Or if someone, asks a question, that if someone in the comments does respond, they're not rude about it or mean about it. It's just, not everyone knows everything. And it's okay to not know everything. You're never too old to learn something. And I picked that up at a very young age. And you don't know everything. So, I'm going to put this all back together. And that way we can wash out the fuel tank. Pop the fuel tank off, get it flushed out the best I can, replace these fuel lines, put me a nice little inline filter, and go from there. And this one should be done. I ordered a carburetor for the Ryobi. It's supposed to be in Thursday. So, yeah, let me pop these 12 millimeters off that hold the fuel tank on and pop it out and clean it up. Ooh. There's a hummingbird in my shop. Come here, little fella. I'm not gonna hurt you. You're a good pollinator. I'm gonna see if I can catch you. Come here. I'm not gonna hurt you. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm not gonna hurt you. Come here. I'm gonna see if I can get him out. I like hummingbirds. Well, it runs and it makes power. I think that little switch for the oil pressure is bad, so I'll have to replace that, but other than that, it's fine. All right, well, we still got 2 more to get running. Again, today is Thursday, and we know the little Generac runs. It runs good. The oil level sensor is bad, so if you unplug it, it runs, but if you plug it back in, it dies. And the only problem about that is you have to disassemble the whole motor to do it. So it's a $30 part that takes like 4 hours to do, because I've never done one. So But we have the old Generac. We're going to see if we can get it running. My dad's neighbor was like, look, if it's too much headache, don't worry about it. But I'm going to worry about it because I want to hear this thing run. He said it did run. So I'm going to get a pair of pliers, pop the air filter off, and we're going to see if she'll pop off with some brake fluid. Or not brake fluid, brake clean. So yeah, let me get my pliers and everything, and then I'll bring you on the other side so I can actually kind of see what I'm doing. Air filter's off. It's just 2 little wing nuts, and that's all it really takes. All right, so we're gonna spray throttle. Here's the choke. Oh, well, got a little bit of a leak right here at the intake boot, but to be fair, fuel's not supposed to go in there. It's supposed to leak out water. Oh! Alright. Come on. I don't know if y'all heard that, but it attempted to pop off. Come on. Oh, yeah. We got her now. Come on, old girl. You need to take choke off. Okay, well, we know she has spark. Alright, I'm gonna pop off this fuel line right here at the fuel filter and see if I can't spray some stuff in right there. Or not. Maybe that line's just so stuck on there. We can get it off the carburetor. Let's spray carb cleaner. Okay, should have it right in the carburetor. Run switch is on. Put some choke. It runs. It's gonna run. Come on. Come on. It runs. Okay, now we just need to see if we can put oh, that's rusted. Put some fuel in it. Get the tank cleaned up if it needs it. Run some new, it's still got gas in it. And it smells like straight varnish. So we're gonna get the fuel drained out, and then we're going to see if the tank needs to be cleaned out, put some fresh gas in it. If we need to, run a new fuel line and see if it'll run on its own fuel and its own fuel tank instead of having to be spray started. but it runs. Okay guys, so I figured out what's up with the tank. This is not a diesel generator. That's just old gas, like very old gas. I'm gonna grab a light so y'all can see down in there. So that whole layer of stuff is just like rust. Let me see if I can get a finger down in there. I'll use the pliers. Yeah. All that is just a layer of junk. Oh, that's a whole chunk that was just coming out. Yes, I'm gonna see if I can get this off and get it cleaned up. All right, it's not perfect by any means, but without spending like 2 days on it to try to get it clean, it's about as good as we're gonna get. I've swished it through with some simple green degreaser, ran the pressure washer through it like 3 times. I'm gonna let that finish kind of drip drying. I'm gonna put a clear fuel filter on it so I can see everything that's running through. And yeah. And then once that gets cleaned, I can see the petcock. I cleaned it up, so I'll be able to reuse it. I'll be able to see how much fuel line I need. And since the petcock's messed up and he's added a shutoff valve, I'll put that back in line, but I'm gonna put a clear fuel filter. And as you can see, all the fuel lines are like cracked and everything, and that's coming out of them. So it will get new fuel lines. And then I'm gonna figure out how to pop this carburetor off so I can clean it and go through it. But it ran pretty good. So I may see if I can put some fuel to it, and then if I need to, pop the carburetor off. But yeah, so we'll let that finish drying. Hopefully our parts will come in for the Ryobi and we can get them done. Yeah. All right, carburetor came in for the Ryobi. We last left off on that big old Generac, or the old Generac outside. I may put a little bit of a hold on that one. Not really do a full workup on this video because I'm still waiting for the tank to dry. Ooh, that is some nasty looking stuff. I'm waiting for that tank to internally dry and everything. That's very yellow. I wonder if there's a fuel treatment in it. If I had a clean container, that'd be fantastic. But all my containers have junk in them. I don't know, it smells like good gas. It doesn't smell like bad gas. So it should be okay. Let's see, let me get my bad gas container, and I'm gonna siphon a little bit out from the top and see if it's, super yellow or if it's, decently okay. My bad gas container is getting quite full. It's about time to properly dispose of it again. Ooh, I think it's a whiff of bad gas. Okay. I've seen a lot worse. This should be fine. We'll just heavily run it. Whew, that stuff that came out of that other old Generac, looked like red diesel. It's a gas. It's not. I promise, it's not a diesel generator. It is a gas-powered generator. This thing comes with a fuel filter, which that fuel filter looks new-ish, so we shall leave it alone. This is the outboard side. We have a whole mess of gaskets. All the fuel line looks good. Let's look at the old housing to verify the gas replacement. Okay, big gasket goes on the side toward the engine, like so. Move the fuel line and vacuum line out of the way. Simply slide. Simply slide. Okay. Throttle line is hooked back up. Let me see if I can lower y'all down some to get y'all in a better spot to see. That's better. Oh boy. And then I think the gasket. Nope, it didn't. It came off. Okay. It's upside down. Like this. Okay. Just like that. That would be why that was fighting me so hard. And there's a little breather line stuck. Fuel line. Where'd my pliers go? I had a set on me 4 minutes ago, but I appear to have lost them, so this will be perfect. But kind of running low on time. One, because I need to get a video out, and two, because tomorrow is my little boy's birthday. So I won't really have too much time to film tomorrow. Okay, that's all on. Oh, we can get rid of this little paper gasket because this is a reusable gasket. That is much better than that paper gasket. Get an angle where I can see, make sure I line everything up correctly. Hook up the little vacuum line in the back, big vacuum line on the back. That on, and then there's a little switch back here. Green is going to go further closest to my right hand, and black is going to be the closest to me. And then we're going to connect the fuel shutoff lines. Let's go ahead and get these two 10mm nuts started. And they hold the carburetor on. And there's another 8mm bolt back here that holds that support on. Okay. Perfect. That's all plugged up. That fuel line's connected. We're going to connect this one. Take our Ryobi pliers. Yeah, if you keep hearing noises, that would be the cows that in the field behind me. So, oh, the ambience of farm life. Okay. Plants will wait for a second until we can get a better pair of pliers. Get 10. I believe I don't have an 8, but I do have a 5/16, which is the exact same thing. Almost. Let me emphasize the almost. Always make sure you use the correct tools when doing something if you have them. If you don't have them, make do. I know I have an 8mm socket running around here somewhere. To be honest, it's probably in my house because I had it in my pocket and then went inside for a shower and forgot about it. Right. That's all tightened. Move my old my new gaskets. Put everything over here out of the way. That's tight. Move my spark checker. This thing on. We're gonna put the air filter on, so if it does fire up, we can let it just kind of idle on its own. Because again, as someone pointed out in one of my other videos, the reason the little generator that I did, little United States Machines or whatever, wouldn't run right because I had the air filter off, which makes a lot of sense. And it smoked the charger because I held it at wide open throttle. It'll be a cold start. That'll open the fuel line, or open the fuel shut off. And it gives me time to see if I can find a correct pair of pliers, which I believe they are all in the house. Because I've been redoing a bathroom, and we have been using pliers because all of my correct size wrenches are all at work. So it's fun. Pliers. There you go. Alright, I should give it enough time to move y'all back. Make sure y'all are sitting where y'all can see. Sorry if I kind of jarred you a little bit. Alright, you can see she's got fuel. Running, and the way to shut it off is you put it on the off position, but I'm kind of letting it just sit and idle on its own for a second to try to get that bad fuel and stuff cycle through, make sure it's going to sit and idle on its own. But cool, that one's running great. And we're going to go back out here. Here's the Generac. The fuel tank's still off. I've got to run fuel lines, get the carb off. I'll do that in a part 2 because I have a feeling this is going to take a long time to go through and get everything cleaned up. There's still a good bunch of junk in the tank, so that's going to take some cleaning up, but that will be a part 2. That'll probably be next week's video. Little one runs, we saw that one. Big one, we can still hear it running in there. Yeah, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I'm kind of surprised I was able to get 3 generators running. And I got them Tuesday. Today is Friday. It's been 3 days. Yeah, kind of excited about that. It makes me feel pretty proud. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know, hit the little bell icon. Last time I checked, we were at 96 subscribers, so we're 4 away from our 100. And when looking at all the requirements, I need a $30 one-time fee to start up. So I will wait exactly until I hit 100 before I do that $30 fee. In the snapper video, I showed our new hats that we've got. Each hat I will put a sticker in there because they are, you know, they're not the weatherproof stickers. So, and I have a lot of them. So there's gonna be like kind of like my free pass out stickers. I will be getting some nice vinyl weatherproof stickers, and I'll put those on the Etsy shop whenever I get them. So y'all make sure to kind of keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I'm really excited about this, guys. You know, it's I really appreciate everyone who has been here since the beginning, and I appreciate everyone who just started watching. You know, you guys are really encouraging me to not give up on this. At first, you know, when I was only getting 10 and 15 views on my videos, it was kind of upsetting me, you know, thinking, oh, maybe no one wants to watch this. But now that I look and I'm getting, you know, 600-700 views on videos, and I'm almost up to 100 subscribers, you know, I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of pumped. Y'all don't forget that sometime in June will be the Blueberry Festival in Poplarville, and I'll be right in front of the courthouse, and I'll have 100 stickers to pass out. So the first 100 people that show up to the booth and mention the channel will get a free sticker. I'll have a few hats with me that I can, if I've got any left, I'll have a few hats with me that I can, you know, sell. So, but yeah, y'all, I thank y'all for watching. You know, make sure to hit that little bell icon and subscribe so you never miss another episode of 10 Shed Shenanigans.